Tonight's game between the Tampa Bay Rowdies and Carolina RailHawks ends in a 1-1 draw. Stay tuned for post-game interviews.
I'm just glad to be back. I'm enjoying every minute of it. As I say, I felt I put in decent performance today. And, the way I look at it, hopefully it could only get better. To be honest with you, I don't think we took our foot off the pedal. I think it was a 10 or 15 minute spell. I think we kind of lost our way a bit. And they kind of put a lot of pressure on us. And we just couldn't regroup. Which is something we're going to need to work on because, we're fortunate they had a few chances towards the end as well. Yeah. So, we're going to have to go into the playoffs with a mindset and an attitude. If that does happen again, we basically correct it as soon as possible.
I ended up being free on the corner. No one picked me up, which was surprising me. I wasn't supposed to be up there in the first place. Frankie asked me to take his spot, and they didn't. They were a little confused on who to mark up, so found myself free, and I just said I'm going to stick myself in the middle, just for anything. The ball comes in there most of the time, and being free, it's a lot easier to attack the ball. But it did end up taking deflection just straight to me, and I just put it back from where it came from, and luckily it went in. They knew they had to come for the win. Carolina's always a tough team. They've been one of the hottest teams in the league for the second half of the season. But once we went up a goal, we knew they were going to come at us no matter what. They were playing with 4 up top the whole second half. It's unlucky we gave up a goal off a deflection, but they were coming at us. There's not much we can do. We just had to hold our ground and hope for the best. Basically, keep the ball moving. It's a little hard because we were a bit tired from the weekend as well. It's been a tough week, but we pulled it off. Should have got the win, I think. It's a good effort by the boys. Great performance, I think. In the first half, we totally dominated them. So I'm lucky we couldn't keep our same momentum going in the second half. But I'm proud of the guys from Jeff all the way to the top. I think we did a great job.
I think it's huge. Maybe not necessarily for rest, but you saw what happened last year. Minnesota team scored 1 goal early on us and packed it in, and that was the end of our season. Anything can happen in a one-game playoff match. When you have a home and home, it's kind of more, you kind of get the better team's going to come out on top most of the time. So, just for that alone, it's huge. I'm sure the field players need some rest, but I don't really run, so I'm feeling pretty good. I wasn't more so frustrated that we gave up the goal. It was more how it came. They got behind cheaply, and it just kept happening, and unfortunately for us, they got that deflection because that wasn't going to go in. But it was more we needed to wake up because I made a few saves, but if that would have been the pace for the rest of the game, we could have gotten smoked and we would have been in a much different situation. But I think to our defense's credit, after they scored, I think we kind of tightened back up, and we knew what we needed to do for the rest of the 30 minutes or so, and that's exactly what we did. So I was really happy about it.
With the difficulty of Carolina having the desperation, they want the second place berth, and they have to win 2 games. And they came here, and as the game wore on and progressed, they threw more and more men forward. And sometimes they had 5 up front, and they were playing fairly direct and hoping to get the second ball and then cause us problems. And I think, from the player's perspective, it's difficult in that respect for your own mentality, mental state as to what do we want to do. Yes, we want to score. Yes, we want to win the game. But at the same time, we don't want to lose the game and become vulnerable because they're gambling and leaving more men forward. And if we push more men forward and we get exposed at the back, it's like a chicken and egg scenario for us, what comes before the other. I was ever so delighted with our first half play. I felt it was excellent. I thought we were better value for the 1 goal that we managed to get during that half. And whilst with any team in this league, whilst there's only 1 goal between you, those teams will keep pushing forward. They will keep trying to put you under pressure. And Carolina really did that in the second period. And fair play to them. They came out. They were hungry. We were indebted to Jeff on numerous occasions to keep the clean sheet. And as luck would have it, the deflection takes him out of the game, and they equalise on that one. But I was very pleased with the team's resilience after that moment because, people don't really understand how the momentum can swing in a game when there is a lot at stake. Carolina definitely wanted to win. We definitely wanted to win. They had the impetus during the second half, and it's not easy for us then to refocus, believe that we can see this thing out, or go on to win the game. And I felt our players showed a great deal of resilience. I'm very pleased, obviously, to have clinched the playoff position, and I'll be even more happy on Saturday night if we manage to win and put that little bit more extra pressure on San Antonio for Sunday evening's game.
With tonight's 1-1 draw, the Rowdies secured second place in the regular season. For RowdiesSoccer.com, I'm Sandy Zarnecki.